Hey, welcome back to the channel. You know, today we actually planned to film this really cool in-depth video outlining how to order your 22 Transit, but it looks like Ford is a little behind the ball on updating their website. So we thought it might be even more important now because we can't see all the options online to give you kind of our quick bullet points on what to add to your van before you place an order and some nice things that you want to add but don't necessarily need to. So let's jump right in. Some of the biggest decisions we're going to need to make are going to be high roof versus medium roof and the vehicle length. So in my opinion, a high roof van is going to make the best camper for us. We can stand up in the van, we can cook dinner, we can make a sandwich, we can do whatever we need to do, stand up, put our pants on, and we don't have to crouch around in a medium roof. Now, actually in here, we're in a medium roof van, and this is my daily driver. So a medium roof van can make a great camper, and it can make a daily driver camper, but you're going to make a couple compromises. You're not going to have as much storage, and you're not going to be able to stand up completely straight. I'm 5'10", and I just max out inside this van. So if you're a little bit taller than me, it's not going to work for you. We built a lot of vans. Some people think the medium roof's great for them. Let's jump right into lengths. So the 130 wheelbase is going to be the smallest van out there. If you live in the city and you need something compact, the 130 can be a really great solution for you, but you're going to have to make your bed seat east-west if you want the most out of your camper. Now, the most common one we see around, delivery vans, things like that, that's going to be the 148 long body. 148 long body, in my opinion, is the best platform. The high roof 148 is perfect. That's what we build here all the time at AVC. And it kind of gives us the best of everything. The last one that's available or that makes really good sense is the 148 extended. Now, if you're going to be a proper van lifer, live in your van, do something like that, the 148 extended probably makes the most sense for you. Keep in mind that departure angle we mentioned in the last video. But, you know, the 148, for all the size and everything like that, it could be just right for you. So, you know, we're just going to move on, but the 148 long body. For drivetrain, let's just make sure we select that EcoBoost engine. I've had EcoBoost engines and I've had non-EcoBoost. The turbos really add that extra power, that passing power, and that power we want when we go up hills with a vehicle. And that's going to make the camper really nice when you're out on the highway and you need to get around that semi-truck. Now for build amenities. In my opinion, the Adventure Prep package has just about everything we need in a van. It might have a couple things you don't want, so we'll hit on what those features are. But for me, if I just selected the Adventure Prep package, or if a customer brought me a van and the only thing they added was the Adventure Prep, it's going to make a great camper. The main thing we're looking for in that Adventure Prep is the dual battery. The dual battery is what we really want out of the Adventure Prep package. The dual battery is going to give us a 175 amp connection point on the side of the driver's seat base. And that is how we connect our house system to the vehicle system. Now, we don't actually need the dual batteries there, but what we want is that higher amperage connection point. So let's go ahead and select that. The next thing that comes in that Adventure Prep package is the factory swivel. Some people want 10 ways. I don't need a 10-way seat, but I do prefer the factory swivels. And it's cheaper if I want both the seats to swivel to go ahead and select that. Now, in your build, if you only plan to make your passenger seat swivel, it might be you can save some bucks and you can put in an aftermarket swivel. It's going to adjust the ergonomics of the cabin, but that's up to you. You can also go with a 10-way adjustable seat. I'd say we get a split 50-50 with people that want a 10-way and people that want the factory swivel. Now that Ford has eliminated the center emergency brake, it makes adding a swivel seat to both of those a pretty easy option. Keep in mind, with a 10-way swivel or with a 10-way adjustable seat, you're going to have to trim some of those plastics to actually swivel the seat around. So that's just another little piece you're going to have to mess with. The last piece of the Adventure Prep package are going to be some added windows. Now, Ford will add a fixed glass on the sliding door, as well as glass on the rear doors here. And for me, I like to have glass in my van. It's much cheaper to add the windows from Ford than it is to have an upfitter like me add them for you. So you can definitely save some bucks. And personally, I do not like an operable window, so something that opens on the sliding door. I like just fixed glass there. I want to be able to see out before I jump out that door, but I don't want something that's going to rattle as I'm slamming the door, is going to fatigue over time. It's just, we're keeping it simple. So it's a really cheap option to have Ford put windows there, and I think it's a great addition. Do make sure you have them as privacy glass, not clear glass. And I've made that mistake in the past, and I had a crystal clear window on my sliding door, and that was kind of a bummer. So don't make that mistake. All-wheel drive. So it's an adventure vehicle. I think all-wheel drive is a really great addition. Depends where you live in the world. You know, if you're a place that all-wheel drive just is irrelevant, save yourself some bucks. For resale value, for living here in Colorado, all-wheel drive is a must. All right. New in the 2022 is a 12-inch touchscreen at the front. I have ordered vans with 8-inch touchscreens, and I thought they were really awesome. And the idea of a 12-inch screen at the dash seems even better. I like having my maps up on the dashboard. I like having my music integrate with my phone. All that kind of stuff is really great. And it seems like that's kind of the trend in vehicles these days. They actually phased out the 8-inch screen, so you can't even get it. They have a little dinky 4-inch screen, and they got the 12-inch screen. So go ahead and upgrade to the 12-inch screen. They have a bunch of different things in that 12-inch package right now, and it's kind of up in the air exactly what's out there. It looked like on a pretty quick inspection that adaptive cruise control is somehow integrated with that, and I don't really know why, but we'll just have to see what that one is. The next one is Ford calls the Upfitter interface module. And what that is, that's the 4 little switches at the dashboard. So those are a nice to have. They're not needed. If you want to put a light bar on the van, if you want to add electronic accessories that you're going to use while you're driving, not things in the camper in the back, but just stuff specifically while you're driving. So to me, that would be fog lamps, a light bar on the top. To me, that's kind of the only things that come to mind. I'm sure there's something cool out there. Then that's a great option. I don't see them a lot these days, but I've added light bars in the past, and it's really nice to have a switch already built in the dash. It's nice and clean. All right, another one that I think is a really nice to have is adaptive cruise control. When I'm on a really long road trip, having adaptive cruise that I can just set it to some car lengths, set my speed, and just kind of relax really helps on those big highway stretches where I'm going around. And I think that's a really nice to have, but it's definitely not a must have. Ford also offers a heavy duty tow package. I don't do a lot of trailering, but I do carry mountain bikes. So if I add the tow package from Ford, that's going to give me a 9-pin connection point. So if I did add a trailer in the future, if I wanted to rent a trailer, something like that, it's ready to go. I can just plug in. And it adds a tow package, so it has a 2-inch receiver on the back of the vehicle. Now, if clearance is an issue for you and you think you're going to be off-roading and things like that, it might be best to leave the tow package off and do something else like an aftermarket bumper from Transit Off-Road. It's going to give you a little bit more clearance. They integrate that receiver hitch into the bumper itself. And so that's going to bring your bike rack up and off the ground, help you from dragging tires, things like that, which I have done in the past. A new option for us here at the shop is the auxiliary heater prep package. Now what that is, it brings part of the coolant loop from the Ford Transit engine back just behind your driver's seat outside the vehicle. The reason you would want to do this is if you're going to put hot water in your build out. Now, if you're doing hot water in your build out, you can run that off of your engine heat so that every time you drive, when you get to your destination, you have a hot tank that's ready to go. This is something we're going to be exploring in the future. We actually haven't done it here yet, but I've done some hydronic systems. I've used heat exchange water tanks, and I think it seems like a really great feature. I have heard rumors that you need to add a booster pump to the unit, that the water pump for the Ford Transit is not really robust enough to push glycol through your hot water tank. But that's to be seen. We'll find out together. And then the last thing along here is just going to be some of the stylings on the outside. I've ordered Avalanche Gray. I've ordered Carbonized Gray. I've ordered just white vans. I actually kind of like a white van, believe it or not. They have some new cool colors. They have a blackout wheel set. I think blackout wheel set is really nice. I don't remember if the black wheels come with the Adventure Prep package. They actually might, but I'm not sure. I am not one for aftermarket wheels because I'm not really impressed with the aftermarket wheels in the all-wheel drive market right now. But we'll see what happens, and having black wheels is really nice for a winter set, even if you plan to upgrade to a new wheel. So just having those blackouts is a really great feature to have for the van. So that's about it. Like I mentioned, if there's one thing you need to add to the vehicle, it's that dual battery, because we want that high amperage output for our electrical system here in the back. Everything else are nice to haves. So, take it for what it's worth. I'm just a guy that builds vans. You do what you need to do for you. If you want to see exactly what AVC orders and puts in a van build, go ahead and go to our downloads page on our website, and we're going to have a current copy of the vans that we have on order, so you can kind of follow along, see exactly what we like to put in our own builds. If you're curious about following along on the website, go ahead and like and subscribe our video, and as soon as we have that video out, you'll get a notification. So, we'll see you on the road.